T-Rex, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
This one time at band camp, I ran one out and accidentally shot myself in the eye. Needless to say, ever since then, my vision's been a little bit tainted. Terrifying T-Rex. Much in the same vein as The Incredible Bulk, this is a film that has to be seen to be believed. I mean, I came across this on the treasure trove known as Tubi. It's where I find most of this crap. You saw the intro, need I say more? It's essentially a backwoods version of Birdemic if you replace the poorly rendered birds with a T-Rex that's so real it puts Jurassic Park to shame, and turned 90% of the cast into BBWs, which, as a chubby taste myself, I'm totally into it, but not when they all look like they belong on FarmersOnly.com. For the uninitiated, let's just say that place is wider than vanilla yogurt. It's like the Caucasus Mountain of the internet. Directed by James B. Thompson, his other works include Backwoods Bubba and Martian Massacre, which can also be found on Tubi. And no, I'm not being sponsored by them, although I kinda wish I was. Just like Things, yeah. Remember that crap? This also opens to a bogus broadcast. This time it's Channel 12 News and not a sidewalk with some washed up porn actress. NASA is apparently going back to the moon, this time using the original Apollo lunar module, which, last I checked, wasn't that left on the moon? But does it really matter seeing that this, and even the moon landing is stock footage? Kinda makes you wonder where that $1,000 budget went. But don't worry, we come crashing back to reality when this meteor crashes, creating a crater that leads to what I'm guessing is the center of the Earth. How else do you explain a T-Rex surviving this long in what looks like a cave? I mean, unless it's vegan. Then again, if it was, you'd never hear the end of it. This introduces us to Daniel, who's completely irrelevant at this point, as we soon meet Bellatrix, the best agent the US has. As she undresses for the runtime, takes a shower, and even has enough time to hit her vape. A real American hero. That is until she gets briefed on her new assignment, tracking down a dinosaur. Aside from looking like something from an asylum flick, every time you see this T-Rex it looks confused.
Hell was that? I got shit to do.
I'm sorry, what? Did Prehistoric History also get a budget cut? Did those boxes absorb the shock of those heavy-ass footsteps? All of this eventually leads to the intro sequence. Now that we're all caught up, let's get back to Bellatrix, who's dressed and fully briefed on the situation. Looking like something from one of my wet dreams. Something distractingly noticeable is this shot used for Bellatrix holding her phone. It's clearly not her hand, and the background is always keyed in. It's used a lot and in a way adds a bit of charm to this film. That terrifying T-Rex is on the prowl again, still looking dazed and confused. Until this happens, and I'll just let this play out.
What the hell? Oh, hell no. I got something for your ass, big boy! Where are you, big boy? Hey! I got something for you! Big ass got scared and ran off.
You get all that? Good, it'll be on a test later. Because how in the hell did it go from being bigger than a shed to channeling its inner Solid Snake to pull this off? But I digress. At least the artwork got done, with added gore. Another busty beauty enters the fray as she calls one of her daughters who's still in bed. 11 my ass, that clock clearly says it's after 3. What are you, my former roommate who sleeps all day and considers that doing a full day's worth of work? She heads over for some dancing, but that's completely unimportant. Instead, let's watch this dinosaur sneak up on a drunk chick. After getting turned into digital strawberry syrup, her daughter returns, only to quickly join her mother.
What the hell is going on?
We come back to Daniel, who's busy inspecting the Earth's hole until Bellatrix, But her first of many screw-ups arrives late and completely disinterested. That is until her handler calls to sweeten the odds.
And if you both can't complete this mission, then we're all going to be fired. Do you understand me?
You know, she could be the next Mr. Ballin, telling stories of that one time she had to catch a T-Rex behind an OnlyFans paywall. We cut to someone else who's still in bed until she's awoken by those terrifying footsteps that everyone else seems to be oblivious to. But screw that, she's got a date. Getting definite Cody Vore vibes here. This prompts her to run aside and grab a gun. You know, probably the same gun from this guy.
Where are you, big boy?
A brave moment until she runs out of bullets. Rookie mistake. Maybe if she spent more time training in Dino Crisis, she'd still be alive. Search history aside, and is it me or does reporter look a hell of a lot like Alex Borstein? We get the first of many interviews by what feels like Jerry Springer rejects. May he rest in peace. Bellatrix and Daniel are still in the woods, still at a complete loss on how to track a creature that's big enough to have its own zip code. She calls for help where she's informed to look for tracks. Step 1 in tracking anything. And look, they immediately find some. I swear, it's like watching Dora the Explorer, only to realize you've been yelling at your TV screen for hours, and you're Amish. The second daughter appears. Yeah, remember her? Where she says this.
Of course. She probably has her volume up, like always.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many phone calls I've missed because I've had my volume turned all the way up. But she doesn't last too long. Plus, we gotta move on to the next victim. This time it's a jogger who listens to royalty-free music. But don't worry, Fred is on her way, probably looking for Tammy. But after finishing said jog, she meets Fred, drops everything, and runs to her car, but realizes, oh shit, I don't have my keys. They're probably in Hammerspace. Since she runs down the road, then back to the park, practices a vintage prison breakout before uttering this. If I encountered a T-Rex, I'm not really sure how I'd react either. But that's minuscule to the fact Bellatrix and Daniel have still been unable to find Fred, since they're too busy hanging in the woods while walking through backyards. Massive Beelzebub energy here. And is Fred flying now? Oh, no, I'm either high or these perspectives are more screwed up than Biden's mental state. We meet up with these two randoms on a date that takes a turn when Fred makes an appearance. So after turning into literal crap, his date trips over a stick and joins him in a great toilet in the sky. Bellatrix and Daniel screw around some more before calling for more help, eventually leading to Fred finding Daniel.
There ain't no way I can outrun this thing. Yeah, just eat me, you asshole.
Get our final Channel 12 broadcast since the reporter quits after. And to make matters worse, the operation has been shut down by President Triple H, deciding to bring in the military to take down Fred. Funny enough, Bellatrix finally encounters Fred, but is fired soon after, meaning all of this is completely pointless now. But the show's not over because they have a backup plan. I guess. Another dinosaur with lasers. And I mean, it's something, but not enough to take down Fred. And I'm guessing this is what they meant by sending in the military? Meaning only one thing. The government has dinosaurs. Hashtag I want to believe. What, next you'll tell me they have Chris Pratt on call for raptor training. With that last resort no longer an option, they nuke the shed with more crappy effects and Bellatrix dies. Then the film just ends. And I'll give it one thing, at least it knew not to overstay its welcome. And despite being cheesier than any Friday the 13th film, this actually still managed to be watchable and I kinda had to sit through it 10 times. And each time was more miserable than the last. Anyway, if you like my content, please check out some more. Now, I'm off to go do some black guy stuff.